I just finished my first semester of nursing school and I passed with a B, and I did all these things that I'm about to tell you. And at the end of the video, I'm going to let you all know the most important tip of all. Hey Dream Babes, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing 5 study tips on how to study in nursing school. Nursing school could get very, very tough, but if you follow these tips that I'm about to give you, you will do awesome. Back in May, I finished my first semester of nursing school. It was so tough, but I did all these tips that I'm about to give you. I literally don't mind my baby in the background. I'm mother of 2. So, you know, sometimes my kids will be in the background in the videos. But, you know, I just finished my first semester of nursing school and I passed with a B, and I did all these things that I'm about to tell you. So if you want to know these 5 study tips, subscribe and keep on watching. Tip number 1 that I have all my notes written down. So tip number 1, you guys, is go to class. I cannot emphasize that enough. Go to class and record your lecture if the professor allows you to, because some professors don't allow you to, but if they do, go to class, be on time, because believe me, I've been like 5 minutes late, and during those 5 minutes my professor told everybody that we had a quiz going on the next week that I had no idea about until like that was like on a Monday. On a Wednesday I found out because everybody was talking about it. I go, oh my god, what happened? And they're like, there's a quiz on next week. And I was like, what? I didn't know about this because I was late to class. Some professors will do that. They will, if they see like a few people running late and you're still not there, they will just announce a quiz, you know, a pop quiz or something like that. It never happened that they did it while I wasn't there. It was just like announced and I didn't know about it. So that I could have got a 0 on that because I did not know about it. I wasn't in my planner. Anyways, so yeah, don't miss a day. Go to class. If you miss 1 day, it could really, really affect you guys. One of my colleagues missed 1 day and they made him get a 0 for an assignment. So don't miss a day at all. And also I had another friend that she missed a day of clinical and she got expelled from the whole program. So don't miss a day. Take it very, very seriously. So tip number 2, you guys, is write down what the teacher says or what your professor says in the class. Write down what they say, not word per word, but what you think is important, what you think might be on the test, especially if they emphasize on one topic like more than once. Like for example, if they talk about arthritis like 3 times, if they emphasize osteoporosis, if they emphasize on diabetes and, you know, the functions and the medications, make sure you study that. And if you're lucky, sometimes your professor will tell you like this is going to be on the test or this is not. Don't even pay attention to that. But yeah, write down notes because you're going to get thrown a bunch of information at you, like a bunch. You cannot remember that off the top of your head, and you're not going to remember it later, so you have to write it down. Number 3, when you're studying, you need to read to understand. Read to understand. When you're reading, take a minute to think, you know, okay, when you're reading your chapters, take a minute to understand. Watch YouTube videos. There's a lot of them out there. I'll probably do another video on that. There's a lot of YouTube videos out there on how to study, fundamentals and what to focus on and stuff like that. When you're reading your chapter, don't read word per word. Just read like whatever's in bold, whatever's in bullets. And yeah, so just follow that. Read to understand. Anything that's in bolded, and look up words that you don't understand, that you don't know. There's a bunch of words. I had to literally write down a bunch of vocabulary words to look up after I was finished or during and stuff like that, because there's a lot of big words that I've never heard of, and it just makes it very difficult to understand the concept. So you quickly just have to go to Google, search up the word, and you understand. And it's very simple to do. It takes like 1 minute, because if you don't understand what the word means, you're not going to understand the concept of what the chapter is about and stuff like that. And believe me, those big words that they're using in the chapters, you're going to hear it. You're going to hear them say those words in the hospital, and then you never looked it up. You don't know what it means. So make sure you're looking up vocabulary words that you don't understand. So yeah, reading to understand, that's number 3. Number 4, you guys, use flashcards. Please use flashcards. They're very, very efficient. They're very, very helpful, because you get to summarize everything you've read, all the notes, everything. You get to summarize it all in one flashcard, and it's easier to remember. I remember the first week of school, I was the only one with flashcards in my group of friends that I met, and they were all like, how are you getting 90s, how are you getting, high 80s on these tests? I go, I use flashcards, and they really helped me. So then because of me, they started using flashcards. They just thought they could just write down in their notebook, but no, you need flashcards. Print out the study guide that the professor gives you as well. Look at notes every day before and after class. It's very, very important. Number 5, you guys, this one is the most important one of all. Number 5, you need to study with a group, a study group. Even if it's just for 1 hour, it can mean so much. There was one test, one exam that was coming up. I didn't have time to study with my group. I was literally like busy. I thought, no, I need to read my chapters. I need to do this. I need to write all these notes. But actually, if I just would have sat down for 1 hour, I would have passed that exam. I failed that exam because I didn't study with a group. And the people around me, my other colleagues, there's like 2 people that would never go, would never show up to the study groups. Guess what, guys? They did not make it to level 2. They did not make it on to the next level because they failed every exam because they weren't studying efficiently. So number 5, you guys, please study with a group. Study with a group, and your grade is going to go up tremendously. Your exam grade, versus you don't go, you're going to see your grade go down, because you actually remember things better when you hear them versus when you read them and you're studying by yourself. When you're studying by yourself, you cannot interact with people. You cannot ask questions like, why? Why does this happen? You all look for the answer together, and you remember it better that way, because you're hearing all these voices talking about it. You're interacting, you're using visual learning and stuff like that. So yeah, that's the most important thing. Study with a group. So yeah, guys, that is all I have for you all today. I hope this was helpful. I wish I would have known these tips before, but I didn't. I had to learn these tips on my own, and I'm going to use these tips I'm going to use these tips in a week, because that's when I start level 2. So I wish you all the best of luck if you're starting nursing school, and remember to always follow your dreams, because remember, the future belongs to those who dream.